Okay, we have another adventure. This is the first day of spring. Even though it's the first day of spring, there's still snow out there. I haven't decided if I have the tools in the truck. I haven't decided if I should bring them or not. It might be just another thing to carry. And then again, further up in the hills, there might be more snow. That's a nice birch. Look at that. Spark. Good resource. I don't need it right now though. But maybe I'll be back at, there's bound to be more. So that is my plan. Just going to head out. Maybe a day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3, I don't know. Do, I guess, what I kind of do best. Just bum around the woods. Tell you one thing. Without these Catulas, I would be in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, it's like basically I'm walking up a stream, a little trickle of a stream due to runoff, with a frozen bottom on the where I guess everything got compressed in. So that's the way it is. Unfortunately, I think maybe the ice will stop pretty soon. I suppose might be one of the downsides to spring. A lot of slush that freezes into ice. So you have very, 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 very icy terrain, I guess would be it. So we'll see how this goes. The higher up I get, as is right now, without those Catulas, I'd be in deep doo-doo. All right. Well, I found some chaga. It's right there. It's up a little high though. I'll get to it. Find myself a stick. Whack it off the tree. As you can see, the chaga is not, it's no friend to that tree. I'll tell you that. It's no friend at all. In fact, that should split there pretty soon. The top section go down. There's already mushrooms growing up there. Or shelf or hoof fungus, actually. So it's not looking good for that tree. Had an interesting encounter. Ran into this kid. I don't know. Looked maybe 20, 22. I'll tell you, he looked like hell though. Hiked up all the way from Georgia. Had the accent to prove he's from Georgia. And he's, I didn't want to film him because that's rude and disrespectful. But he had his ridge rest was half burnt, totally compressed. He says his other pack went up in flames. Apparently got really cold during the night. Pushed his, it was right up against the fire, and his sleeping pad caught on fire, and a lot of his other gear. So he looked pretty beat, but it didn't stop him from pushing on. Let him use my phone. He said he knew somebody in New York. He tried to call him, wasn't there. I gave him some food. I have some extra food, so I gave him some. Gave him a mountain house. So we'll see how that works out for him. Let's have something to eat tonight. And he used a smartphone for a. See those mountains off in the distance there. Let's give him a little bit of an edge he's got to make it to the next lean-to. That's about, gosh, got to be 8 miles away, maybe more. And those hills out there are brutal. I mean, just brutal. I mean, up and down, up and down. So we looked at the map function on the phone. Gave him a quick little reroute around all those hills. He didn't have any spikes on. He's slipping all over the place. So maybe that'll help push him along. You know, that's what you got to do, though, you know. Find somebody out here. You gotta do everything you can, especially somebody who's hiked through what admittedly down south is the worst winter pretty much ever. Must have been really hard. All right, I'm gonna work on that chaga. And then I think I will you know, we'll set up camp. I believe this will be the spot. It's got a lot going for it. It's also a lot going against it too. It's flat. That's number one. If you look at this, there's not much flat ground here at all. So it's flat, or as flat as I'm going to find anyways. I don't see, knock on wood, a widowmaker risk here. Doesn't mean one of these little branches up there, I can't tell, it'll snap off and spear me in the night, but I doubt it. So to pass that test, so those are the number two important things. Is it flat and sleeping on the ground? Are there widowmakers? Widowmakers are actually number one. On the downside, there's snow. So obviously this area, you see there, the snow is melting a bit. This area is not getting that much light. We'll see tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure this will be kind of shaded. That's kind of a downer. We'll see tomorrow. I can't tell yet. But there's definitely good snow here, so it's not melting that well. Must have been more snow here for a reason. All right, I will just, I guess I'll set up the tent, kick away a little more of the snow. Maybe I'll spend a night, or maybe 2 nights here. Shelter's up and running. Mountain house, beef stroganoff with noodles. I have mini candle lantern, do-it-yourself flashlight lantern. That's usually good enough for light in here. Mini candle lantern is actually a, I'd call that a luxury item. I don't really need it, but it's not that heavy. Little teacup lights. I mean, candles are cheap. I'm not going too far, I'll bring it. Stove. It's running good. Generally speaking, Paratipi really has the potential to get extraordinarily hot. Become a sweat lodge in here really quick. I mean, the shelter isn't that high, so low to the ground. Stove's going. Doesn't take much for, you know, to see where this is going. It can get real hot. Probably the hottest shelter that I've ever been in as far as getting styling. Only downside, you know, especially you got the spring and stuff, you got the time when the ground is kind of mushy, it's frozen in layers. So you put your stove up, and next thing you know, it starts to push down into the ground as it heats. You think it's stable, but it's not. And it's always in the back, always right in the back where the stove is pushing down. It's an annoying thing. So it makes the stove uneven. You worry a bit about the pipe. The pipe's already at an angle to give you some distance away from my sleeping bag. I'll take care of that tomorrow. It'll be all right tonight. I don't have a lot of wood anyways. I'll just boil this, the water scooped up later. I will boil that. It's got to be boiled to make it potable. And mess around with the stove a little bit. I've got 2 bags. I've got the down bag. I've got the over bag. I plan on using them as blankets with my jacket inside the stuff sack as a pillow. Of course, I got my trusty dusty Moore knife. And in case attacked by bears, this devastating Magnum. Devastating. Alright, I'll just boil up my water and eat my food. For those who are unfamiliar with the wonders of Mountain House, oh joy, look at that. Then I have to, after this, mix it up, then I guess eat it. I got my tea going. That's just regular tea. We'll make the chaga tea tomorrow during the afternoon. We got just enough chaga to do it too. More, and you're supposed to mix this up. Unfortunately, all I have is a short little spoon, but hopefully be enough. We are mixing. I'm gonna need more. Pretty obviously, I'm gonna need more water.
grab them out. I'm going to leave it sit there for, not bad. I'll leave it sit there for, I don't know, 8 to 9 minutes. So we'll let that sit. Zip it back up. This is kind of hopefully what that I gave the hiker, who was on the wrong side. He's obviously not as comfortable as I am tonight, but I gave him the same exact meal, so I hope he enjoys it. Probably better than what he had, which was, I'm speculating, nothing. So hopefully the guy likes that, and he makes it to Katahdin, or so he says. All right, leave it sit there for 8 or 9 minutes. The top back on that. Make up some more. Maybe some soup. We can make some soup. Yeah, we'll do that next. Yeah, well, 9 minutes later. It's not bad. I mean, not bad. It's warm. You know. It's alright. So, a mountain house. I'll probably use the container. I might make some potatoes or something. Maybe a reused container. And maybe I'll just make the soup. But, it's alright. I got no real complaints. Stove died down too a little bit. I need to adjust the. Oop. There we go. Right. All is well. My little draft here, I blocked it with just a couple bottles in a bag. Do what you have to do. I forgot my Mylar blanket. So that's what I usually put on the door to cover up that the gap, because there's always a gap at the door. Alrighto. Okay, that's about it. I'm going to shut this down for tonight. Might be a bit much for some. Pissed in this canteen last night. Now what we're going to do, I didn't feel like getting out of my sleeping bag. It's too cold. Now, this morning too. I decided I'll look for firewood today. Do the hike tomorrow maybe, if we get a chance. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna put a water tab in this and drink out of it. Yeah, I pissed in it, but I'm not Bear Grylls. I don't drink my own piss. Clean. Probably piss in it tonight too. Just a quick overview of my camp. Electronics, cell phones, battery packs for the camera, double A's for the other camera. Get it warmed up in the sun. Camp's water, clear top is potable. The white top is not. I should probably put a little P on the clear top, just so I know. I know, but you know how it is. One of these days I'm going to screw the two of them up. The cedar tree of life, which is being used in place of my coat hanger. Inner part of my inliners, my boot liners being dried. Headlamp hanging out, getting a little warm in the sun. Clothes being dried. Microspikes, food bag. And yes, this is the bottle that had the piss in it from last night. Now it's got iced tea in it, which I'll be drinking. Just I don't worry about things like that. It's rinsed out. It's not a problem. My backpack. That's the my poncho for rain gear. Makes a good pack cover. Paratipi. You see there's still snow all around here. We're on the Appalachian Trail. Now I guess we're on to the second day of spring. It's all right. I mean, I'm in shorts. That says something. And then again, usually I'm always in shorts if I can pull it off. Inside the shelter, did a little changes from last night. I moved the stove over there. And I put the sleeping arrangements over there. I don't know, I had a hard time sleeping. I don't know if the ground wasn't level there, what the story is. Maybe it'll be a little better off there. I don't know. I also pulled the damper off the stove, but kept the two slide-in spark arresters and the inline. It just wasn't needed. This wood's a little too damp, so it was running just fine without it. So I just pulled it, give it a little bit of draft. Oh, so my pipe's got a good angle on it. I kind of like when I'm setting up a Paratipi, I want my darn sleeping gear away from that stove. So I shift the stove off to the side. It's kind of how I do it. Some more goodies there. And a large ridge rest. The wood stores, also my cedar hammer to drive in tent pegs. Now my wood supplies are in the camp, water, wood, and food. My wood supplies are kind of dwindling. And that's not enough. I need to go out. There's not a lot of wood here. There's really not a lot. I don't know if the deer have eaten all the undergrowth, what the story is. I'm gonna have to go out on a hunt and of course look for stuff above the ground. And avoid, unfortunately, I'm surrounded by these nice hemlocks. I like hemlock, but the wood's just not burnable for my stove. It'll burn it fantastic, but it will throw out tons of sparks. I don't want that. So I'm going to go find maple, oak, and black birch. That's what we're looking for. I'll take almost any hardwood, but that looks like what we got here. Some black birch right there. Another black birch. And a whole pile, and some maple and some oak. And these, unfortunately, these hemlocks, I'm just not going to, it's not going to burn them. It's too sparky. And I actually have never tried to burn cedar. Somehow I think it would result in badness. So I'm not burning any of this cedar. Okay. I'll just finish up what I have to do. I'm going to go out and get some wood. We're going to make that chaga tea tonight. I think that'd be nice. And after the chaga tea, just cook up some potatoes with some, I don't know, I brought some, not sausage, but I guess some kind of beef jerky, some Slim Jims and things like that.
The sun does feel nice though. That is really nice. Nice, gorgeous day out too. There's a little sprinkles when I first got here. My plans are tomorrow I'm going to pack everything up. If we have time, I'm going to hit those hills, all those mountains up there. We'll go. I'll claw up them, and then swing around and head back. So I'm going to try to get early. I won't burn the stove in the morning. It's going to early start. Save some of the food that I don't have to cook. Make up some more iced tea. And then we will push off first thing in the morning for those mountains. Getting more wood. That's I would have to say that's probably eastern red oak, something like that. Looking right here, a little wild edible. These are called partridge berries. Pretty much any time of the year, there's always something. I mean, you know, this is the essence of lean pickings. But these are edible, and they persisted. These were probably late fall. They persisted throughout the entire winter. So tonight, there's also, top of that, tonight we're going to have Bushcrafty tea night. We're going to do the Chaga tea, and we're going to do hemlock tea. So we're going to have 2 teas for the price of 1. And I think we'll leave, we'll leave the partridge berries be. There's always some little critter. Birds like them. There's a close-up of one. Okay, so we'll continue getting breakfast. I think we're about done with wood. Then we'll get the hemlock needles for the hemlock tea. Got our needles. There we are. You toss them in this Mrs. Grass box from last night's soup. Should be enough there for 1 cup of tea. Just processing a little wood stove. I would say that's probably one of the downside. The little teepee shelter. I mean, it burns a little bit of wood. I mean, pretty much nothing. But that's been at least probably an hour a day making sure there's fuel for it. Yeah, that's not a huge amount, but it's still something. It's still something. Another thing is the clothes for winter camping. The clothes cell pad is probably one of the most useful items. You can basically, I'm using this to drag the wood back to the shelter. It's a seat right now, and it's a good multi-use item. So right now it's going to be it's a seat to cut the wood with, and a sled to drag it back to the tent. So it's excellent. So always winter camping, closed cell pad. It's like an essential. It's like your knife. You kind of got to have it. I'll finish this up, and we'll get going. Here's the chaga, the needles. I have the chaga incense going right now. Chaga is such that I don't have to light it. I just put it on top of the stove. It will ignite. So that's the chaga incense. Here's the next piece for the chaga incense. Smells all right. I don't know if it's going to give me superpowers. I don't know if my eyes, I've been doing it for a while,
My eyes haven't turned blue on blue or anything like that, but there it goes. And then so I guess chaga incense, chaga tea, and hemlock tea. All right, we'll let this heat up for a while so that water boils. I'll pull off the one pot, put the needles into steep, and then we'll put the chaga into the other pot. That's an interesting smell, though. Very interesting. Guys, if you get any chaga, give this a try. I don't know if it'll be your thing, but chaga incense. Good progress. It's boiled. There we go. That should be enough. Let that steep. A little more water from here. That's about do it. For that in there. In goes the chaga. Now what I'll do is after this I'll save the chaga, dry it out. It should still be good for firecraft. There it is right there. There's the tea seeping. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes to wait on this. So our bushcrafty teas are all done. And this is the last incense for tonight. I think it'll be good. There's the that is the chaga tea, and this is looking real dark. And this is the hemlock tea. Okay, let's hit up this hemlock first. Oh man, oh that was great. That was good. That was really good. Okay, let's see what we got going with this. That's weird. That is I've made this stuff before. This particular batch. Oh, came out like strong chaga tea. That's the stuff. It came out really good. It came out really strong. It's good. Oh, it is funky and weird though, I gotta tell you. I mean, it's always funky and weird. I don't know. I'll keep working on that. So Bushcrafty Tea Night is a success. It's actually Bushcrafty Tea Dusk. I decided to get an early start on it. Maybe I'll go out, get some more, gather up some more wood for the, a little more of this. Gather up a little more wood for the night. Oh man, that's weird. A little more wood for the night, and start cooking some food. Let's get going. Idaho and potatoes. Little I think it's salami. Little hot sauce. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, cooks up instantly, pretty much. bug got in there? Yeah, a little bug. That's it. So that's going to be, I'll have a couple plates of that and that'll be dinner. Along with maybe some soup, things like that. It's not that bad, actually.
All packed up. Just gonna check out those hills. Like I said, I wanted to yesterday. I had some rain this morning. Of course, naturally, it was well, raining as soon as I broke my camp. Go figure. It's how, I guess, how it always is. As you get higher and higher in the hills, you know, it's now the third day of spring. You know, winter still has its hold up here. Now there's no dry patches to speak of. I had two guys. They were going to, they're all set up to camp, but they didn't know that there's gonna be snow up here. I think it intimidated them, and they said they were going to go. We're gonna leave, just gonna do a day hike instead. I told them to reconsider, give them bragging rights at the very least, but the snow weirded them out, and that happens sometimes, you know? If you wanna go camping, they get what they don't expect, and they run. I guess to each their own. Personally, I would have stayed, but that's their road, not mine. Keep going up this hill. We'll get to the top pretty soon. These micro spikes are giving me a little bit of an edge. I met other people during this week. They had them on too. They were running up. The slush and snow with relative ease, other than the usual problems of going uphill. I actually have to remove a layer. Nice deep, still got some good snow. Okay, this is a good spot too. Strap this jacket to my pack. There, those who are not familiar with trail etiquette, on that what I believe is a chestnut oak. And it's called a chestnut oak because the leaves look very much like American chestnut. But anyways, this here is telling us to go that way. It might seem pretty obvious right now, but maybe in the dark, maybe it's dark and snowing, a little bit of guidance could really be of help. Okay, this looks like a good flat spot. I gotta drop this jacket. No, that is not the lightest weight pack in the world, I'll tell you that. That is the downside, I guess, a little bit to having an awesome shelter. Is that, well, you have to carry it around with you. I guess it is what it is. Well, this is it. Sinking into, actually, up here, actually sinking into the snow. Oh, This is the highest point, this area. Those ridges. So I guess this is the end of the adventure. Gorgeous third day of spring. Fear when I leave this, I'll leave winter behind. That'll be it. Back home. There's no more. Toss. Oh, the last snowball of the year. That's it. Still a good amount of snow though up here. But time to head back. And officially with winter, goodbye. You were a lousy winter and you sucked. Probably get more cold weather maybe. But that's it. Okay. That's the end of, basically the end of another adventure. Unless something bad happens to me on the way out, which I don't anticipate. Time to shut it down and, oh, hold on a second. That's kind of really cool. A little hemlock this high up. It's neat. It's neat. All right. I guess, thank you very much for watching. And, happy spring.